Hey everyone, it's your girl Angel, and let's get into this Nancy Guthrie case, okay? I'm sure at this point you guys all have heard of the Nancy Guthrie case, but if not, trust me, we're gonna get into it today. Other than everything going on with Mexico right now, which is definitely on my list of things to cover, I would say that this case is one of the biggest cases of 2026. Also, I watched my girl Michelle Cuervo, Michelle, on this case. Her, Brianna Heim, and Crime with Courtney are actually why I got into making true crime videos, so go follow them. I love them, they're my inspo. But yeah, let's get into this case. I referenced all of my information with Michelle Cuervo's video along with police reports and the New York Times timeline that they posted, which was also cross-referenced with police report. So let's go back to the start on January 31st of this year. Nancy Guthrie goes over for dinner to her daughter's home and she takes an Uber there. Nothing is weird with the Uber. The Uber driver drops her off and Nancy has a good dinner with her daughter and her daughter's family. And then when the night is over, her son-in-law ends up taking her home. Nancy's garage door opened and then closed all by 9:50 p.m. We assume that Nancy gets ready for bed at this time and goes to sleep. Nothing else really tells us otherwise. At 1:47 a.m. on the morning of February 1st, though, Nancy's doorbell video camera goes completely offline. Guys, I'm really struggling to talk today, so I'm taking like 87 takes of everything. But anyway, at 2:17 a.m., her security camera catches some more movement, and then at 2:28 a.m., her pacemaker actually disconnects from its app on the phone. One big misconception that I keep seeing is that Nancy's dead because her pacemaker disconnected, but from what I've seen, it's more like an Apple Watch, or if you have like type 1 diabetes, I think it like connects to your phone and monitors your sugar, stuff like that. When you like do reads, it could tell when you're crashing and stuff. So it's just like that. Like if you lose connection, it doesn't mean she's dead. However, Nancy Guthrie is 84 years old and she's on daily medication that she needs to live, and she also has really limited mobility. And although she's really smart, like she doesn't have any dementia or memory loss or anything, she needs her daily meds and she wouldn't have been able to do this alone, obviously. The cameras were taken down and disconnected. We honestly just got a bunch of blurry photos and stuff. Nothing was really set in stone, but investigators did hack into the camera. Maybe not hack, I don't know if that's the right word, but they get into the cameras and they actually do get some footage of the people. I think it's just pictures. I'm gonna see if I find the pictures of the footage and it'll be inserted here. So this is all we really know about the people who were at her house the very early morning on February 1st. Also, side note, you may be wondering why this case is like getting so much attention, or like why is Nancy Guthrie's case going so viral? And that is because her daughter, Savannah Guthrie, is actually a host on the Today Show. She's an American journalist and broadcaster, so she's really well known, and you kind of just have the notoriety of her pushing out to her followers. The Guthrie family's well known, is what I'm getting at. So naturally, the family starts asking for information and they put out a series of videos. In these videos, there are different Guthrie kids talking and pretty much just asking for their mom back. And in one of them, they said that they had some sort of communication with the abductor. So I don't know if that was through like a message they sent. I'm assuming it wasn't like direct, we know who it is, because obviously we would know who it is. So obviously, like, they found out this information somehow. I'm not exactly sure. That stuff hasn't really been disclosed to the public. The family just needs some information, but honestly, they were really not getting any. We went through pretty much all of February with the family putting out videos. I think it started at a $25,000 reward, then went up to $50,000, and it just keeps going up. And I believe the third or fourth video that we saw from the Guthrie family, they asked for proof that their mother was alive, and honestly, I think this is a really reasonable request because we know that with the technology like artificial intelligence and everything out there, it would be really easy to fake that someone is alive if you abducted them. So naturally, they were like, no, like, we need solid proof that you, like, have our mom and she's alive. And they're asking this obviously because they want to know where their mom is, but the abductor wanted a ransom. And so they're like, okay, like, we'll pay, but you got to tell us, like, is our mom really alive? Like, we need to know she's alive. Naturally. And honestly, like, we all know people could fake that. Israel Keys, I'm looking at you. If you guys don't know that case, I could definitely cover it. Let me know in the comments. So now the cash prize for any information leading to Nancy Guthrie coming back to her family is up to $1 million from the family paid in cash. This upcoming Sunday, 2 days from now, is going to be a month that Nancy has been gone, and for an 84-year-old that has a pacemaker, needs daily medications, needs mobility help, like, we have to find her. Like, she has to be somewhere. Someone knows information. You've got to come out and say something, you know? Like, it's not possible for nobody in the entire world to just not know anything. Someone knows what happened to Nancy Guthrie. They have to. So let's take a look at what has been investigated so far. First, investigators started looking at a Range Rover. It was a gray Range Rover that was kind of close to the house, but I don't really think they found anything with that. I think they confiscated the Range Rover, but there wasn't a lot of information put out on that. And what at the time really felt like a big break in the case, there were gloves found kind of near the house where Nancy was that resembled what the abductors were wearing, or the assumed alleged abductors, because I mean, technically, we don't know. We see in the video from Nancy Guthrie's home that the person who was messing with her camera was wearing gloves, and these gloves were similar, and they had DNA on them. So that DNA was uploaded into the database. So if anyone who is caught with this case has that DNA, they're gonna be the number one suspect easily. So now what? Like, what's next? Honestly, nobody really knows. Police are still investigating, but it's just really hard right now. The family is really upset. Clearly, like, who wouldn't be? The family's distraught, and this is the latest video we have from Savannah Guthrie, the Today Show host, and it's a tearjerker, so get ready.
Hope against hope. As my sister says, we are blowing on the embers of hope. We also know that she may be lost. She may already be gone. She may have already gone home to the Lord that she loves and is dancing in heaven with her mom and her dad and with her beloved brother Pierce and with our daddy. And if this is what is to be, then we will accept it. But we need to know where she is. We need her to come home. For that reason, we are offering a family reward of up to $1 million for any information that leads us to her recovery. All of the information about this reward and the details is in the caption below. You can call the 1-800-TIP line. You can be anonymous if you want. Someone out there knows something that can bring her home. Somebody knows. We are begging you to please come forward now.
It's really hard for me to, like, not cry thinking about that video. I can't imagine having someone I love be abducted and just literally not knowing anything. And I can't imagine a month going by without knowing. So I feel so strongly for the Guthrie family, and I'm not religious, but I am spiritual, and I believe that karma, what comes around goes around, and I feel that, people who do horrible things are going to get karma handed back to them. So I only hope that someone comes forward and lets the Guthrie family know where their mom is, like where their loved one is. That's all I have for right now, guys. I know this is kind of like shorter than my typical videos, but this is an ongoing case, so that's really all that we have right now. So if you guys have any questions or any extra info, please comment it down below. And also, give me some case suggestions. Let me know what you want to see covered. I have a little list going. I've been picking ones that I really want, and then also some that have been recommended to me. So at the end of the day, I want to cover what you guys want to hear. So we're literally so close to 400 followers, and I'm so excited. My goal for the end of the year would be to hit 5,000. So it's only February. Who knows? I'm really hoping that I can push my content out there. Any comments, likes, or reposts really help. Sharing it on your stories or whatever. But I'm just a girl who loves true crime, and I'm disabled, so this is kind of what I do. So yeah, if you guys have anything, comment it down below, and I love you guys so much. Bye.